Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're going to dig into a massive statistical conflict.
A really big one.
The product is called Boxbollen.
Yeah.
You've probably seen it online. It's that headband and ball system that's supposed to train your focus and reflexes.
Right.
So the company's own website, it proudly shows a 4.7-star customer rating. But then you look at independent review sites, and over 1,400 customers drag that score down to a stunningly low 1.4 stars.
Yeah.
Our mission today is just consumer transparency. We want to analyze that huge gap between the marketing and what people are actually experiencing.
And you can see why the marketing works so well. I mean, they have all the right hooks.
Oh, absolutely.
It looks like a simple, fun game. It promises a workout. There's a free app. And this is the key. They've gamified it with a prize contest.
That community and challenge aspect makes you want to hit buy.
Exactly.
But when you see that kind of appeal next to such a deep divide in the data, you really have to look under the hood.
Okay, so let's unpack this. Let's look at the external facts.
First thing we did was check the credibility of the site itself.
And what's fascinating here is the technical review. We ran the site through, the well-known safety tool, Scam Advisor.
And what did it say?
It came back with a score of 57 out of 100 and a label that says caution recommended.
So not exactly a glowing review.
No, but, and this is important, it's not a 0. That means it isn't just a ghost site that takes your money and disappears. The site has security, it's been active for a few years, and they use secure payment methods.
Okay, so the business is structurally legitimate. They're a real company.
A real company selling a real product, yes.
So we know the site is real, but if the site is selling, what are the buyers actually saying? This is where it gets really interesting when you look at the consumer reality check.
Right.
How do you square that safety score with all of this overwhelming negative feedback?
Well, that volume over 1,400 negative reviews on just one platform, that's a huge indicator of systemic issues.
It's not just a few bad experiences.
Yeah, not at all. This isn't just about one bad product. It's a study in what happens when, a company scales too fast and customer service fails.
And the complaints aren't random, are they? They seem to cluster around a few key themes.
That's right. 3 clear failure modes. First is just product quality. People say the ball's weight or its durability. It just doesn't match the flashy ads.
So it's not what they thought they were buying.
Not at all. Second, shipping delays. They're described as very long, just routinely blowing past the promised 1 to 4 day window.
Is that a sign of maybe a drop shipping model or just a company that can't handle the demand?
It definitely suggests a business model that prioritizes getting sales over, logistics and quality control. And the third recurring theme really confirms this. Very poor customer service when people try to get help or a refund.
So the whole support system breaks down.
If the supply chain fails, customer service is usually the next thing to go.
And to make matters worse for the consumer, we found a pretty big transparency issue.
Yes. The website owner's identity is hidden using a paid privacy service. It's often called WHOIS protection.
Which isn't always a bad thing, right?
Yeah.
Small businesses use it.
Correct. But when you combine that privacy layer with 1,400 very unhappy customers, it just completely erodes trust. It makes it really hard to find public accountability.
So what does this all mean for you, the listener? What's the takeaway?
Boxbollen appears to be a real company selling a real physical product. They will likely ship you something.
A big something.
Yes, a big something. But the service and the product reliability are highly, highly suspect based on all this consumer data. It's a gamble on whether you'll get what you ordered in a reasonable time frame.
That seems to be the clear verdict. So if those fun ads are still tempting you, the takeaway is really about protection.
Absolutely. Always stress test your buyer protection. You have to use a payment method like a credit card that has strong safeguards for disputed purchases.
So you have a way to get your money back.
It mitigates the financial risk when you're dealing with such unreliable service.
Considering we have thousands of customers demanding accountability, but the owner has paid to hide their identity, it raises a really important question. When you're assessing a product, how do you weigh an owner's right to privacy against a consumer's right to easily access public accountability information?
That's a tough one.
Something to think about the next time a viral ad catches your eye.